Jesus' blood, blood, Jesus' blood, blood, Jesus' blood, good, good remedy. If you want the power, you have to check him every hour. And if you want the spirit, you have to check him every minute. And if you want salvation, you have to check him every second. Good, good remedy. If you want the power, you have to check him every hour. And if you want the spirit, you have to check him every minute. And if you want salvation, you have to check him every second. Good, good remedy. Remedy, 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 good, good remedy. Remedy, 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 good, good remedy. The blood prevails, the blood of the risen Lamb. There is power to save, just as in olden days. If you want the power.
So listen, Trinidad and Tobago, I do not know exactly where these young people hail from. Well, they're from Trinidad and Tobago, yes, but in terms of which part, I don't know. Clearly, this was, from what I saw, it was devotion time, maybe at a particular learning institution, as the case may be, or something that they're doing, or some course or something. And they had devotion time. And let me tell you something. If these three individuals are seeing me right now, or anyone that may know them seeing me right now, family, friends seeing me right now, call me, please. They are anointed. Oh my God. You blessed my heart this morning. And I'm really grateful, because the whole since yesterday into today, this song kept playing in my head. The blood prevails no matter. That's all. Yeah. Thank God for His blessing power. All right, good. So, and I've been blessed by the words of that song. I've been blessed by that song I heard this morning. And I'm looking for a song where the blood prevails. I had that song in mind, but then this was a pop. I'm like, yeah, this works for me. It's a glorious day to be in the presence of God today. For most people may know, for those, of course, who are online, social media, of course, today is my birthday, and I want to say, first of all, thanks to God for allowing me to see another year. It has been an awesome journey in the presence of God for the past 5 years, and this even with the storms, yes. And I want to say thanks for all the love that has been shared via phone call, in person, on social media, of course, my family, my wife and children, all my friends, and there's those who have been supporting me from day one. Thank you so very much for all your love and support. It really means a lot. And I wanted to take a real personal touch to today's show in the context of the blood prevails, or the blood still prevails, Trinidad and Tobago. And for me, I saw where the blood prevailed for me, right? And I've seen the power of the blood. It still works today. And I want people to be encouraged despite what is happening in Trinidad and Tobago. Please, 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 please. We're running to religion, we're running to this, and we still do not have the answers, because the answers are in His Word. The answers are in His Word. But I'll get to more to that later on, as we have a special presentation for you coming up in just a short while. But first, let's go to a Wise Up segment where we have another special announcement to make. And many, of course, would have probably know already, but you're going to hear it again. Let's go. Right. South has done it again. Hey, 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 hey. Good. So, the SCA results, as you know, they are out, and we want to see them. We have all of us here at ACT and The Voice, Cloud.Nine, and Living Word. Congratulations to the top SCA school. That's in Point Fortin. That's the Azure Primary School in Point Fortin. They topped this year's secondary entrance assessment examination. And the top student is 12-year-old Lexi Balchan. She will be attending Naparima Girls College when school reopens in September. We're going to see some of the footage of who this child is. So again, the top student from the, of course, top school, Azure Primary School in Point Fortin, Lexi Balchan. Just a breakdown of from what the Minister of Education said: 97% in maths, 96% in English, and 20% in creative writing. So she did it. Congratulations to her and all of the children who, of course, wrote the SC examination. All right. So just a little bit more of exactly what has been given so far. Now, students and parents will receive a student's performance report, placement slip, and the SCA information booklet containing frequently asked questions regarding the SCA. Because, as you know, there are going to be questions. There are some, who will want to question, of course, where their child would have passed for, as the case may be. And this is where transparency is really important. And as you know, there already were some, hiccups with this year's examination with those two questions, right, in terms of the formulating of the questions and so forth. We know that there were some issues there, and that had to be rectified, reassuring parents and, of course, students that marks will not be deducted where those two questions are concerned. But then there was the mental trauma that, one or two would have experienced. So all that needs to be taken into consideration, depending, as I said, where the respective child would have passed for. Now, a total of 18,180 students wrote the examination, and this comprised 9,154 male and 9,026 female, right? The continuous assessment component, which was implemented in 2013, was discontinued in 2016. In 2017, 3 subjects were assessed: creative writing, mathematics, and English language. All right. Last year, people of the Trinidad Muslim League Primary School topped the SCA. So we congratulate Lexi. Congratulations, all of us here, and God's blessings to you. And of course, all the students who wrote the exam, the 18,000 plus 180 to be exact. Congratulations. Go out there and continue to shine. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to jump into our Let's Chat segment for a very special presentation. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The devil's the accuser of the brethren. And he hates marriage because marriage is the image of God. He hates marriage is because it's the most sacred institution on earth. God created marriage in Genesis chapter 1. It is the first institution he ever created, and it's the foundation for every other institution on earth. And he's a strategist. He understands if he can destroy marriage, he can destroy all of society.
I found out that if our phones are close enough, and if we have a connection on Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, come on, I'm about to preach this technology until somebody comes out of hiding. If I got something on my device and you need it on your device, if I can get close enough to your device with my device, what's on my device can jump on your device. If I get close to the one who created me, close to the one who called me, if I stop running and return to the place of my assignment, I got the drop.
So if you want to live behind walls all your life and live an isolated, lonely, miserable life, go ahead. But I suggest that you tear down all your walls and let God be a wall of protection about you. And he says all of your walls will be called peace.
Amen. Welcome back to Cloud.Nine on ACT, and really great being here with you, as I said. So let's go to our Let's Chat segment, and I'll tell you more about our special presentation today. All right, so as you know, we celebrated Pentecost Sunday a few Sundays ago, about 3 Sundays ago, thereabout. And this Sunday, coming up on ACT and The Voice, you're going to see the full production from the interviews to the performances, you name it, you're going to see it right here on ACT and The Voice. Do not miss it. This Sunday, we'll give you more information in terms of time and all of that in the next couple of days. But what we're going to do this afternoon, and for those that can go us at 6 p.m., show you some of the interviews that we did behind the scenes on that day. I had to be in 2 locations, actually, on that day, both in South and in the East, in Aruka. That's Pastor Bechu's church. That's Faith Assembly. But I want to say this, though. And this is why we celebrate Pentecost, to understand the power of the church and the power of God. And I'm glad to show it today, because, as I said, I reflect on my own life and the past 5 years, they're about being saved. I have seen where the blood prevailed in my life. I have seen where the power of the blood. And that's why I love this song with Travis Green. Well, more so his testimony, when he said that his mother, when he fell, I think it was 4 flights, and he said, his mother said, she just started saying the blood, but nothing was happening. And, then she said the blood of Jesus. So she identified to the enemy's camp whose blood I'm speaking about. And that's why when you're saying the blood, you don't just say the blood, because you have to understand that there are religions and cults out there that do blood sacrifices. Many of them, not all of them, are demonic in nature. Some of them, they're quick to use Old Testament, but at the end of the day, we live under a new covenant. And there's a reason why we don't do it again, because, again, of all the idolatrous practices that came with those sacrifices. So now we're under a new covenant. So we have to understand the power of the blood that we're referring to. This blood is the blood of the Lamb, of the living Lamb of God. And if we understand that, we have to identify it in the end, because there's something the devil in the Bible too. So if it is that you are going through a particular warfare, you don't just say the blood, because that could mean any blood. Remember, you have to speak it into the atmosphere. Life and death, the power of the tongue. There are times that you pray in silence. When you're warring, there are times you have to speak. And speak that power into existence. So you don't just sit down and allow the enemy to silence you and shut you up. Because when he's ready to speak, you can't go and prophesy to somebody like, you understand, without speaking. And there are different ways that we speak. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to say the power of the blood. Right? And I have seen the power of the blood. I have seen it work in my life, and it can work still. People need to really come together as a country, as a nation, and apply the power of the blood into our lives. Let God use you in different ways to speak. Right? And when I say speak, when I say you cannot speak in silence, you cannot just sit down and just do nothing. You can't just sit down and just do nothing and expect God to come. It doesn't work like that. Right? It doesn't work like that. It's not like my ministry. My ministry is powerful because they're speaking, but from a different perspective. It's actions, it's movement. They're not just sitting down. There's movement. There's power in movement. When you move, you understand, everything about God is movement, whether you speak audibly or you speak as in terms of mime. Old Testament speaks about the power of that. They use signs and symbols and different things to show the power of God. But sitting down quietly and saying nothing, doing nothing, you got to move. So on that note, we're going to go straight to these interviews from Pentecost Sunday, straight up to the end of the hour. And I want to wish everyone a really wonderful day today. To all the SC students, again, congratulations. Please listen to these men of God as they declare into Trinidad and Tobago what we need to do. Do not give up. Speak life into TNT, and you will see, just as I and many others, how the blood truly prevails. It prevailed and stopped. It prevails, and it always will. Love you. Let's go now to that special presentation.